Hello children, I hope you are fit and fine at your home. Nature shows the glory of God that are present in our surroundings, which affects the life of all living beings. Today we'll understand about air, water and weather and their role in causing rains, breeze, day, night and seasons, etc. Children, air is present all around us. It contains many gases like oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, nitrogen 78%. Our earth is surrounded by the layer of air. It is known as atmosphere. It protects us from the harmful rays of the sun. Children, do you know what causes wind to blow? Let us understand. The heat of the sun heats up the air, and you know that hot air is lighter in weight, so it rises up. And the cool air, which is heavier, it takes the place of the hot air. This movement of air is known as wind. So children, moving air is called wind. Cool, light wind is called breeze. Very strong winds are called gale. Much stronger winds are called storm. A violent storm winds, usually with rain, thunder, lightning or snow, is called thunderstorm. Children, with the help of an activity, will understand that hot air expands and it rises up. Let us see the activity.
Air expands on heating. Can you tell why smoke always rises up? Let us discover the answer of this question by trying a simple activity. Take a wooden stick and tie a piece of thread in the middle of it. Then take two equal-sized paper bags and hang them in the inverted position on the two ends of a wooden stick. Hold the stick with the help of a thread and place a burning candle below one of the bags. We notice that the balance of the two bags got disturbed. This is because as the warm air rises up, it pushes the bag above the candle. So we concluded that on heating, the air expands, occupying more space and eventually becomes lighter. Therefore, warm air is lighter than the cold air. So children, that is the reason why smoke always goes up.
This experiment shows that hot air expands and rises up. When the warm air, being lighter, moves us, the cool air, being heavier, takes its place. This movement caused by hot and cold air are known as convection currents. Let us learn about the convectional currents with the help of example sea breeze and land breeze. Children, sea breeze, during the daytime, the land gets heated up earlier due to the heat of the sun, and the air above the land starts rising up. As hot air is lighter in weight, it rises up, and the air above the sea starts blowing towards the land, and it takes the place of the land area. And in this way, the air starts blowing from sea to land. This process is known as sea breeze. At night, the land cools down faster than the sea. The air above the sea water is warmer, it starts rising up, and the air just above the land is cooler, so it starts moving towards the sea. In this way, the air starts moving from land to sea. This is known as land breeze. About 2/3 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. River, lake, oceans and seas are the sources of water. Rain is the main source of water. The main properties of water are: water is tasteless, it is colorless, as well as it is odorless. Odorless means it do not have any smell. Children, sometimes water is not fit for drinking. Just like I have this water, it has some insoluble impurity. Insoluble impurity means which cannot be able to dissolve into the water. If you keep it for few days, then also it will not be able to dissolve. Whereas when you add the sugar into the water, it can be dissolved easily. You cannot be able to see the sugar or the salt in the water. The sugar and salt are known as soluble substance, whereas this mud is known as insoluble substance, as it cannot dissolve into the water. As well as this unfit water contains some microorganisms which may cause some diseases. Is it clear? So water that is fit for drinking is known as potable water. So we can make the water potable by using several methods. First of all, this is known as sedimentation. That I have, that is mud is settled down at the base of the glass. This settled mud is known as sediment. Is it clear? And first method is known as sedimentation. Second is known as decantation. Without disturbing the sediment, if I am pouring the water into the another glass, this is known as decantation. This is clear to you? Now third method of purifying the water is known as boiling, as we boil the water to kill the germs. And the fourth method is using chemicals. Generally we use chlorine or the potassium permanganate to clean the water. Clear? Water from seas, oceans, lakes and rivers in the presence of sunlight starts heating up and it converts into water vapor. This process is known as evaporation. And then when water vapor comes in contact with the cold surface, it starts forming water droplets. This process is known as condensation. In this glass you can see, children, the ice is kept and it is coming in contact with the cool surface, so water droplets starts coming out. That is known as condensation. During winters also, if you are moving through the car, you can see in the mirror of the car some condensed water droplets. You can see very well in the mirror of the cars. Now children will understand different forms of water vapor. You all have seen the rain, dew, snow, frost and fog. Children, rain, when water vapor cools down at certain height, it is known as rain. And it comes down as water droplets, it is known as rain. Then dew, during the winter season, you might have observed the water vapor starts condensing on the leaves and the other cold surface, then it converts into dew droplets. Then fog, when water vapor condenses on the dust particle, then it is known as fog. And when water vapor freezes over the cool surface, then it is known as frost. And sometimes water vapor cools and freezes and they convert into snow flakes. Children, now we'll understand about water cycle. How rain takes place on the earth's surface. There are two main processes involved in this phenomena. One is evaporation and second is condensation. Children, what happens? The water from seas, oceans and river starts heated up due to the presence of sunlight, and that starts evaporating in the presence of sunlight. As soon as this evaporates, as they reaches to the higher atmosphere, it starts cooling down, because as you go to the higher in the atmosphere, the temperature is low. As soon as this water vapor cools down, it starts forming water droplets, and these water droplets join together to form the clouds. When these clouds become heavy, they come down as a rain, and some of the rainwater goes under the ground. This is known as underground water, and some of the water which is present on the above the surface, that is known as surface water. In that way, the water cycle goes on repeatedly. So there are two main processes involved in this phenomena. Number one is evaporation and number two is condensation. Children, movement of the earth around its axis is called rotation. The axis of the earth is slightly tilted. It takes 24 hours or 1 day to complete one rotation. It causes day and night. Children, when earth rotates, the one half part of it faces towards the sun and has day, and the other part is away from the sun and has night. Now, revolution. The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. It takes 365 1/4 days or 1 year to complete one revolution. It causes changes in the season. Children, you know earth axis is tilted. This tilting of the earth causes change in season. Due to the tilting of the axis, children, the part of the earth that receives the direct sunlight has summer during that period, and other part which receives slanted sunlight or the tilted sunlight, they have winter during this period. In our country, there are total 4 seasons. Number 1, spring, February, March and April. Then summer, May, June, July. Then autumn comes, August, September and October. And then winter comes, November, December and January. Thank you. Have a nice day.